It was one of those nights where everything just feels quiet. Not empty quiet, but soft quiet. Like the world slowed down just for you. I was driving alone. Late at night, somewhere out in the countryside in the US. Long empty roads, no traffic, no noise, just headlights cutting through the dark. I didn't even have a destination. Just driving. You ever do that? When your mind is full, and you don't want to think anymore, so you just keep moving. Yeah, that was me. The radio was playing something low, barely even noticeable. Wind brushing past the car, the road stretching endlessly ahead. No pressure. No rush. Just space. After a while, I turned off the main highway, took a smaller road. Didn't even check where it leads. Just followed the feeling. The road got narrower. Trees on both sides. Tall, quiet. Almost like they were watching. But it didn't feel scary. It felt peaceful. Like the kind of place where thoughts finally slow down. After maybe 20 minutes, I saw something. A small wooden sign. Barely visible in the headlights. It said, Lakewood Retreat. I almost drove past it, but something made me stop. I don't know why. I reversed a little, looked at it again. Old sign, slightly tilted, like it had been there forever. Without thinking much, I turned into that road. Gravel path, soft crunching sound under the tires. The deeper I went, the quieter it got. No phone signal. No lights. Just darkness, and the sound of the car, and weirdly, I liked it. After a few minutes, I reached an open area, and there it was, a small cabin, warm light glowing from inside, right next to a calm lake. The water was completely still, like a mirror, reflecting the sky. Stars everywhere, more than I'd seen in a long time. I parked the car. Slowly. Turned off the engine, and just sat there for a moment. Listening. Nothing. No city noise. No people. Just silence, peaceful silence. I stepped out of the car. Cold air hit my face, but in a good way. Fresh. Clean. Like it reset something inside me. I walked a little closer to the lake. My footsteps soft on the ground. I looked at the water, and for the first time in a long time, my mind felt empty. No stress. No overthinking. Just calm. Then I noticed something. The cabin door slowly opened. No sudden movement. Just gently. Like someone knew I was there, but didn't want to startle me. A soft warm light spilled out onto the ground, and a voice. Calm, quiet, almost soothing. Long drive. I turned. There was a man standing in the doorway. Older. Not too old. Maybe late 50s. Simple clothes. Relaxed posture. Nothing strange. Nothing uncomfortable. Just calm. Yeah, I said. Didn't really plan it. He smiled slightly. Those are usually the best ones. There was something about his voice. It wasn't just normal talking. It felt slow. Grounding. Like every word had space. He stepped aside a little. You can come in, if you want. I hesitated for a second, not because I was scared, but because I didn't feel like rushing anything. That's how calm the moment was. Then I nodded. Yeah, okay. I walked toward the cabin, each step slow. No urgency. Inside. It was warm. Soft lights, wooden walls, a chair near the window, facing the lake. A quiet kind of place. He handed me a cup. Tea, he said. Helps after long drives. I took it, warm in my hands. Smelled calm, like herbs. Something natural. I sat down by the window. Looked outside again. The lake. Still. Silent. Perfect. The man sat across from me. Didn't ask questions. Didn't interrupt, just existed there. Same calm energy. After a while, he said quietly, "You don't have to think tonight." I looked at him. He continued, "Just sit, breathe, and let your mind slow down." Something about that just clicked. I leaned back slightly, took a slow sip of tea, closed my eyes for a second, breathing in, slow, breathing out, even slower. And for the first time in a long time, I wasn't trying to fix anything. I wasn't thinking about tomorrow. Or yesterday. Or anything. Just this moment. The quiet. The warmth. The stillness. Outside. The lake didn't move. Inside. My thoughts didn't either. And somewhere in that silence, I realized maybe I didn't come here by accident. That night, I didn't check my phone. Didn't feel like it. Didn't even remember where I left it. Time just slowed down. I sat there by the window, holding that warm cup of tea, watching the lake. No ripples. No sound. Just still water, reflecting the sky like nothing had ever disturbed it. The man didn't talk much, and somehow that made everything better. No pressure to respond. No awkward silence. Just quiet company. After a while, he stood up. "You can stay here tonight," he said calmly. "There's a room in the back." I looked at him. Normally, I'd question that. A random place. A random person. But something about this place didn't feel random. It felt intentional. Like I was supposed to be here. "Yeah, I think I will," I said. He nodded slightly. No surprise. No reaction. Like he already knew. He showed me the room. Simple. Clean. A bed near a small window, facing the lake again. Soft blanket. Warm light. Nothing extra. Nothing distracting. Perfect. "You'll sleep well here," he said. Then he paused at the door. "Just don't overthink." A small smile. Then he left. The door didn't even fully close. Just gently rested in place. I sat on the edge of the bed for a moment. Listening. Still nothing. No wind. No movement. Even the world outside felt paused. I lay down slowly. The bed was soft, but not too soft. Just enough. I pulled the blanket over me. Warm. Comforting. Like it adjusted perfectly. I turned slightly toward the window. The lake was still there, unchanged. Like time didn't exist here. My eyes started getting heavy. Not forced. Not sudden. Just naturally slowing down. You know that feeling when your body just decides it's time to rest. Yeah. That. I took a slow breath. Then another. Everything felt lighter. Then I heard it. Soft footsteps. Outside the room. Not loud. Not creepy. Just calm. Like someone walking slowly. Not trying to disturb anything. I didn't move. Didn't feel the need to. The footsteps passed by the door, then faded away. Silence again. Then a very soft sound, like water, gently moving. I looked toward the lake. For the first time, there was a ripple. Small. Very small. Right in the center. I stared at it. It didn't feel scary. Just different. The ripple slowly spread outward, then disappeared. Back to stillness. I blinked slowly. My eyelids getting heavier. Then, for a split second, I thought I saw something in the reflection. Not clear. Just a shape, standing near the edge of the lake. I didn't focus on it, didn't try to figure it out, because my mind was already drifting. And somehow, it didn't matter. My breathing slowed. In, out, slow, steady. The room felt warmer. Safer. Like nothing could reach me here. Then that same calm voice, from somewhere in the house, soft or distant. Just rest. And I did. No resistance. No thoughts. Just letting go. The last thing I remember was the lake, perfectly still again, like nothing had ever moved. I don't know how long I slept, or if I even slept at all. It didn't feel like normal sleep. No dreams. No sudden waking. Just drifting. Like my body stayed still, but my mind quietly, or else. At some point, I opened my eyes. Slowly. No rush. The room was darker now, not fully dark, just softer. Like the light had faded gently instead of turning off. For a second, I didn't move, just lay there, breathing slow, feeling that same calm stillness. Then I noticed something. The lake. It looked different. Not scary. Just not the same as before. I pushed myself up slightly, resting against the headboard, looking out the window. The surface of the water was moving. Very slowly. Not waves, more like breathing. In, out, like the lake itself was alive, but peacefully alive. I didn't feel afraid. If anything, it made me feel more relaxed, like I was sensing with it. My breathing slowed down even more, matching the rhythm. In, out, a quiet, steady. Then I saw something near the edge of the lake. A figure, standing there. Still. Not moving, not coming closer. Just there. I blinked once. It didn't disappear, didn't change, just remained. And strangely, I didn't question it, didn't feel the need to understand. It felt normal, like it belonged there. Like everything here did. I swung my legs off the bed. Slowly stood up. No sudden movement. No tension. Just calm. I walked toward the window, each step soft. Quiet. When I got closer, the figure was still there, facing the lake, not looking at me. Just standing. Then, very slowly, it sat down. Right at the edge of the water. And for a moment, it looked like it was just resting. Like someone who had been there for a long time, watching the same view. Thinking nothing, feeling nothing, just existing. I rested my hand lightly on the window. Cool glass. Still. Then I noticed something else. My reflection, faint, in the glass, but clear enough. I looked at it. Normal. It me. Calm. Quiet. But something about it felt slightly delayed. Not wrong. Just softer. Like it wasn't trying to keep up. I raised my hand slowly. My reflection followed, but not instantly. Just a tiny delay, barely noticeable. And for some reason, I didn't react, didn't feel alarmed, just accepted it, because everything here felt like that. A little slower, a little softer, like time didn't matter. I lowered my hand again. The reflection did the same. The figure outside didn't move. The lake kept breathing. The room stayed warm. And my mind felt lighter than ever. Then, from somewhere behind me, I heard that same calm voice again. Not everything needs to be understood. I didn't turn around. Just listened. Some things are meant to be felt. A pause, and then let go. My shoulders relaxed even more. I took a slow breath. In, out, everything felt distant now. Not in a bad way. Just quiet. Like all the noise I carried with me was slowly fading. I looked at the lake one more time. The figure was still there, still calm, still part of the scene, like it had always been there, and somehow I felt like I understood it. Not with thoughts, but with feeling. It wasn't something to fear. Or question, just something that existed, the same way I did. Then my eyes started getting heavy. Again. Slowly. Naturally. I stepped back from the window, walked to the bed, lay down again. The blanket felt warmer this time. More comforting. Like, it knew exactly how to hold me. I turned slightly, facing away from the window now. No need to keep looking. No need to check anything. Everything was already enough. My breathing slowed. Deeper. Softer. The room felt quieter than before. If that was even possible. And just before I drifted again, I heard one last thing. Very soft, almost like a thought. You're safe here. And for once, I believed it. At some point, I wasn't sure if I was awake, or just somewhere in between. That soft space, where thoughts don't fully form, and time doesn't really move. My eyes were closed, but I was aware of my breathing. Slow. Even. Calm. The kind of breathing that doesn't need effort, just happens. Naturally. The room felt warmer now, not heavy, just comfortable, like being wrapped in something familiar. Safe. Then, very gently, I opened my eyes again. No rush. Just letting them adjust. The room looked the same, but softer, edges blurred slightly, light dim, almost golden. Like early morning or late evening. That kind of light. I stayed still for a moment. Listening. Nothing had changed. No sudden sounds. No movement. Just quiet. Then I sat up slowly, the blanket slipping gently off my shoulders. I didn't feel tired. Didn't feel fully awake either. Just balanced, like I didn't need anything. I looked toward the window again. The lake was still there, but now it looked smoother. If that was even possible. Like glass, perfectly still. No ripples. No movement. Even the sky above it looked calmer. Deeper. Like it had more space in it. I stood up, walked toward the door. Barefoot. The floor was slightly warm. Comforting. Every step soft, almost silent. I opened the door. Slowly. The hallway was dim. Same soft lighting. Same quiet feeling. But now, it felt like the whole place was breathing. Not in a strange way, just gently alive. Like everything here moved at its own pace. I walked through the hallway. No destination. No reason. Just moving. And somehow, that felt enough. As I passed the main room, I saw him again. The man, sitting in the same chair by the window. Looking at the lake, exactly like before. He didn't turn, didn't react, like he already knew I was there. I didn't interrupt, just stood there for a moment. Then he spoke. Soft. Calm. You're starting to slow down. I didn't respond right away, just listened. He continued. That's where rest begins. I leaned lightly against the wall. It feels different, I said quietly. He nodded. Still looking at the lake. It should. A pause. Then, you've been moving too fast for too long. That hit. Gently. Not heavy. Just true. I walked a little closer. Sat down in a chair across from him. Same place as before. Same view. The lake. Still. Perfect. We both sat there, without speaking. And it didn't feel empty. It felt full. Like silence itself had something in it. Something calm. Something steady. After a while, he said, "You don't have to go back the same way." I looked at him. What do you mean? He finally turned his head slightly, not fully, just enough. People leave places like this, but they carry the noise with them again. I stayed quiet. He continued, "You can choose not to." A slow breath filled the room. Or maybe it was just mine. I looked back at the lake. Thinking, but not overthinking. Just letting the idea sit. Then I noticed something. In the reflection of the water. There were two figures. Me and him, sitting side by side. But when I looked directly at him, He hadn't moved, still in his chair. Still calm. I didn't question it, didn't feel the need to, because everything here felt like that. A little deeper than normal. A little quieter than reality. And somehow, that made more sense than anything else. He stood up slowly, walked toward the door. It's almost time, he said. I didn't ask for what, because I already felt it. Something was changing. Not suddenly, just gently shifting, like waking up, but not fully. He paused at the doorway. Then added one last thing. Take this feeling with you. A small pause. That's all you need. And then he stepped outside. I stayed there. Sitting quietly. Looking at the lake. The reflection slowly fading. The stillness staying. My breathing steady. My mind light. And for the first time in a long time, I didn't feel like I was missing anything. No rush. No pressure. Just enough. I don't remember falling asleep again, or if I ever fully woke up. It all felt connected, like one long, quiet moment. At some point, I opened my eyes. Slowly. The room looked different. Not in a strange way, just brighter. Softer. Like morning had arrived without making a sound. The light coming through the window was gentle. Not harsh. Not sudden. Just enough to wake you, without disturbing you. I stayed there for a moment, lying still, breathing slow. Feeling that same calm. Still there. It hadn't gone. It hadn't faded. It was just quieter now, like it settled inside me. I sat up slowly. The blanket slipped off my shoulders. Everything felt light. My body. My thoughts. Even the air. I looked toward the window. The lake was there. Still. Peaceful. Exactly the same. But somehow, it felt like goodbye. Not a sad one. Just complete. Like nothing was left unfinished. I stood up, walked toward the door, opened it. The hallway looked the same. Soft light, quiet walls. No rush. No movement. I stepped into the main room. Empty. The chair by the window. Empty. No sign of the man. But it didn't feel like he left. It felt like he didn't need to be there anymore. I walked to the table. The cup from last night was still there. Clean. Placed exactly where I left it. I touched it lightly, still warm, like time hadn't really passed. I stepped outside. The air was fresh. Cool, but gentle. Morning light covering everything. The lake, calm as ever. The trees, still. No wind. No noise. Just peace. I walked toward the water. Slow steps. No thoughts pushing me. Just moving. When I reached the edge, I stopped, looked at my reflection. Clear. Still. No delay. No distortion. Just Emmy. But something felt different. Not outside. Inside. Quieter. Steadier. Like everything had settled into place. I took a slow breath. In, out, and for a moment, I closed my eyes, just feeling it. That calm. That stillness. That space. Then I opened them. Again. The reflection was the same. But I wasn't. Not the way I was before. And that was okay. More than okay. It felt right. I turned back toward the cabin, walked to my car, opened the door, sat inside. For a second, I didn't start the engine, just sat there, hands resting on the wheel, breathing slow. Taking it all in. Then, I started the car. The sound felt normal. Grounding. But not overwhelming. I drove away slowly. The gravel crunching softly under the tires. The cabin getting smaller behind me. The lake disappearing between the trees. And as I reached the end of that road, I glanced in the rearview mirror. For a second, Just a second. I thought I saw something. Someone standing near the lake. Still watching. But I didn't focus on it. Didn't try to understand because I didn't need to. I turned my eyes back to the road, the sunlight ahead, soft and clear. The road open. Calm. And this time, I wasn't driving to escape anything. I was just moving forward. Slow. Steady. At ease. And as the trees faded behind me, and the world slowly came back to life, one thing stayed with me. That quiet, that stillness, that feeling that I could return to any time I needed. I took a slow breath, let it out, and just kept driving.